How's it going? All right, as has become the new tradition, I'm gonna hit a bunch of submit buttons on my computer real quick, and then we'll get the show started. So if you make it in before I'm finished hitting all these buttons, welcome. How's it going? I'm glad you're on the ball. So punctual this morning. Please do make yourself comfortable, and we'll get started with stuff in just a moment. Oh, I can start a side quest. That'll at least be a little less uh, uneventful. Okay. Almost there. I don't have too many things to do this morning before getting started. Um, yeah, this is where I could really use like a piece of like intro music or something, because like as is I I don't really have anything to fill this time. Uh, Except my face, and some side quest art on the bottom of the screen. Uh, like I said, though, I don't actually have that much to do, so I'm basically already done, almost. I guess I shouldn't say that because I do have a little more to do. You know what? It'll probably go faster if I just don't talk. So I'm just gonna bang this out real fast. Mm-hmm. Doop 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 doop. And then there's one last thing to do. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do. Uh, oh, okay. So sorry. I could have done that a little bit faster. I guess I'm still getting used to this, so I apologize. This one, I will. I will do. Oh, actually, before I do that, I should do. Okay, there's 3 steps left. One of them is now done. 2 of them are now done, and the third one, really simple. Once I get to the right tab. uh, all right, all 3 steps are done. So now I will get started with the actual stuff, the actual fun stuff, the whole point of why we're here, right? We did come here for some reason, I believe, and that reason, um, no, let's see. Um, oh, I just realized I don't have a pinned tweet on Vineyard TV, but that doesn't really matter that much. I'll survive at least one more day without that. I can set that up later. Okay, so oh sorry, I made Pygame, or I made the game freeze for a second. But here, let's switch over to screen cam now that we're ready to get started. So today, let's look at the backlog. Today. I'm thinking, hey, Cheeseman Panda, welcome. I'm thinking, castle interior or pirate ship. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. The event rate tracker. This one is kind of nice. I think I might do the event rate tracker first. Uh, like these are the things I think I want to do. Like probably in this order. Event now button, XP boost, toggle, event rate tracker. And I might not do literally all of these things, but these were like ideas that all kind of fit together for me in my mind. And so I wanted like they all kind of like work towards the same goal, and I so I want to I think I want to add some of these things at least, um, in some capacity. Uh, so event now button. The event now button isn't urgent because we have the away mode button, which does basically the same thing. Um, oh, you know what I might want to do even before that? This actually, wait, hold on. This is the first time we're seeing the village. Sorry, I'm gonna make the screen look weird. This is the first time that we're seeing the village with the new carts in the foreground. The new like these things that we have on screen here. The like the blue hooded thing and then the white hooded thing that we have over there. Um, Sorry, I'm just like seeing how does it look? Does it look like I expected it to look? Does it look weird? It does look like it does. It's a little bit like it stands out quite a bit. Because usually things in the foreground are much lighter, whereas these ones are much darker. And so that's a little curious. So I might want to change that. I might not want to go with such a dark tone for all of it. Maybe just like maybe just lighten it up a bit. But yeah, actually the first thing, hey Jacob, Jacquemus. I actually don't know how to pronounce your name, so maybe it is Jacquemus, but I've been pronouncing it Jacquemus. But hey, how's it going? Welcome. Um, yeah, so actually I think literally the first thing I'll do is a few visual tweaks on the village, just because it's mostly there. It's mostly good. I mostly like it. There's just I don't know. It's a little too early to evaluate these new stands, so I'll keep an eye on those and maybe I'll come to uh, more of a conclusion about what to do with those. But yeah, just one of those things that like I think I did it quickly and like not all at once. I like the shines on the windows. Oh, thanks. Sorry, I missed you. I missed your entrance as well. Welcome. Uh, oh, it's Latin. Interesting. All right, so there's like a correct pronunciation out there somewhere. Eaton. I don't know if your name is pronounced Eaton, but I'm going to pronounce your name Eaton if that's okay. E47ON. Oh, wait, E470N. Oh, okay. Yeah. If you don't like me pronouncing it Eaton, I can stop that. All right, so let's open both of the files because I'm probably going to edit both of them. To at least some extent. I'll probably at least want to try it edited just to see if I like it better a different way. Um, so where am I going? Oh, I should get out my. Sorry, one second. I'm gonna get out my tablet so that I can draw stuff real quick. I mean, I might do other art stuff today. This is just like one quick thing to get us kicked off, get us in gear. Uh, oh, you know what I could do is I could do a few more art touch-ups. I might actually do, I won't go crazy with it, but I do kind of want to do like at least one other art touch-up. So, all right, we might do a few art touch-ups before we get started with that other stuff. All right, so journey, backgrounds, village. So the foreground and the near ground are the two that I want to poke at. In this one, just the window shines. They just don't look consistent. It might be that they technically are. It might be that I'm technically using the same like 5-point brush for all of them. But on the little windows, it just looks weird, and on the big windows, it looks weird and different for different reasons. So I'm just gonna I don't know, see if I can see if I can't fix that. So I'll use brush size 6 here. Um, wait. Oh wait, yeah, no, I can't. I'll have to color pick. I'm gonna just get rid of these, and then I'll color pick that color from because the color is the same on all of these. Uh, do do. I'm thinking that like instead of having I don't know what's gonna look better. I just need something that doesn't look so schma. Uh, and so I'm gonna try this. I might leave it like 'cause it's not a huge deal per se, but it irks me. And so if I can do something, whoops, that's not better. If I can do something better, I want to do something better. Um, so oh E4 okay oh E470 okay no N Eaton oh I can say Eaton. um, okay, I'll try and say E470. I'll try and remember that. Uh, do. I guess yeah, I don't know. It was just it was like E470, sure, easy to say. I think it's just one of those things that like my brain was like looking for a pattern. So like although the like the characters are literally E 470, I like my brain was just like, oh wait, maybe this is a riddle. It's like, no, it's not a riddle. It's just letters. But my brain was like, no, a riddle. It's a riddle. We'll solve it. It's a riddle. All right. I don't know if that's better, but it annoys me less now, so I'm gonna save that. And then yeah. So I guess the other thing I want to try is the same carts. Like not much changed except well, actually, I guess kind of a bit would change. What color is wood in the what is this color here? So it'd be like even brighter than this, which is I don't know, kind of a lot. Oh, you know what I did once and then stopped doing, and I don't know why I stopped doing it, is I used to have the layers thing over on this side of the screen, which I think is just a better position for it. So, sorry, one second. I'm just gonna move everything around. I'm gonna use my mouse to do it because apparently I'm not good at moving things around with my stylus. Um, all right, and then I don't know. That can go like here, maybe. Oh yeah, and this can go. This can go here. The tool, my head is probably covering up part of the tool panel, but the tool panel is probably the least interesting thing in this program. So, yeah. I'm trying to scroll down, but this is as low as it goes. All right, so like hypothetically, if I followed typical conventions, I would. Oh, hey, Spyrock, how's it going? Oh, Yakumus. Interesting. Interesting. All right, look at me. I'm now able to pronounce things less haphazardly, slightly. Yakumus. Okay. All right. I'm probably not going to remember to say it that way, but I'll try. Let's see what I can do. Okay, yeah. So I was just like, I don't know, because these stands are like feeling really dark, and I guess that's because they are like really dark relative to like what they would typically be, like how I typically shade things in, or you know how I typically color things in situations like this, and I don't know. I guess I just want it for comparison purposes. Like I'll probably like maybe I'll back up the other version so that way if I don't like it I can always go back to it. But like I guess I just kind of want to see what this would look like with like a lighter coloration. Oh, so I should be lightening this tone as well. I might just use the same dark tone because there's not much of this dark tone, so I don't think it's going to contrast too much. I don't think it's gonna fail to contrast too much because I don't know. Not enough tolerance. I don't know. I don't know if this. I feel like this necessarily looks better. Like not the fact that I mean it's rough around the edges and looks terrible, but apart from that, I don't know if it would even look better if without the rough edge badness. I guess I can give it a shot though. See how it goes. Oops. Alright, let me use a slightly bigger marker for this. I don't know why it's a marker now instead of a brush, but whatever. I guess it feels like I'm painting. Like it feels like I'm drawing with markers a little bit. Alright, I'm basically just gonna redraw these lines. Do 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 do. Alright. I don't have to redraw the whole thing, just that. So yeah, alright, and this is a mess. So let's clean this up. Oh, it's possible that instead of doing it like this, it's possible that I should instead just like change the whole color balance of the layer, because now the carrots look a little bit sickly and like flat in coloration. So actually, let's here like I said, I'm gonna save an extra copy of this. So let's open foreground layer again. Save it as file save as journey. Yeah, whatever. I'll just save it here for just a moment, and I'll just clean it up later. Yeah. All right. So what if oh, so I did actually color balance the the vegetation on this layer, so I shouldn't affect that. But let's select basically everything else. And oh, actually, let's just for comparison purposes, let's put one of these cards on this image, just so because this will be like the this will be the you know what this part of the image looks like, or what the rest of the village background looks like. So deselect that. Select just these booths. All right, these are the only things that really need color correction. Whoops, select both of them. Both of them at the same time. There we go. All right, so let's adjust hue saturation. Oh, hold on, let me zoom in first. Adjust hue saturation, because I think typically what happens is it gets lighter and it gets more saturated in the foreground. So I think typically something more like this would happen. And I can kick up the contrast a little bit, because that is the other thing. It's more saturated, it's lighter, and it's more contrasted, how the foreground layers tend to differentiate from the background layers. Bengalinksy. If a user managed to get a Twitter username with a malicious Python script as name, could my game be hacked? Let's find out. Make a Twitter name with a malicious Python script, and we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. Oh, so, I was not paying attention to chat. How many bins can a binry bin if a binry could bin bins? Well, I can bin bins, so maybe I'll bin some bins sometime and let you know. I'll get back to you on that one. So, oh, taco mess. All right. Thank you. So let's I don't know. Let's try this to see what it looks like with a little more contrast to it. And I will have to. I want to go look at the other. I want to go look at the other layer to make sure that one looks okay too. All right. So now like these is actually the adjustments that I would make basically to get the boards of the actually I might even make it a little further. I might make it a little more contrasted. To get these are like roughly the changes I would make to get the wooden structure looking better, but like the veggies have gone like nuclear at this point, so they clearly should not come along for this ride. So do they look okay now? I think they look okay now-ish. So I'm going to actually let's see what would happen to the bottles in this situation. Let's see if the bottles are supposed to come along for the ride or not. Because the other thing I can do is instead of actually like doing a brightness contrast thing here, I could just like spill the colors that I want instead. The bottles don't look as bad, but they do look a little blown out. And actually the umbrella looks a little blown out too. So at this point maybe instead of using more adjustments, maybe I'll just like spill colors. So like so we have this color. Let's see if we can't, well, how would that look? How would it look if I just spilled this here? That's not bad. That could be alright. Yeah. I think the peppers do need a little a little bit of contrast. So maybe I'll bump up the contrast slightly, and then I'll do this. Okay. So just just a nudge to the contrast, just to get the peppers, like, not looking so flat, hopefully. Oh no, they're gonna get even flatter. Oh no, what's happening? Oh, whoops, and I accidentally deselected. Okay, so, man. Yeah, I'll just fix the peppers by hand. Just manual pepper repair. That's my part-time job. What do you do in side quests? Do you do everything in side quests? Everything. A generic tabletop. I guess if you wanted to play it as a generic tabletop, you could play it as a generic tabletop. I prefer to play it as like an interesting or exciting tabletop, but generic's fine. Sometimes generic is good, right? Sorry, I don't mean to be so facetious about the answers, but like, no, I mean one of the cool things about a tabletop is that you can play, like it has that so like yeah, so part of the reason I call it a tabletop game is because it has that freedom, right? Like in a lot of games, like you can only really do, so many things. Like in order to do something, like there has to be like all that pre-production work that goes into making something happen. Which isn't to say like there's no setup work that goes into a tabletop game, but like the nice thing about a tabletop game is it's specifically supposed to be a genre wherein you can change things on the fly. You can be like, oh, okay, but then this happens, right? Because the players can control the story, and the GM, the players have influence on the story, and then the GM can control the story as the game plays. So, yeah, that's kind of that's the tabletop fullness of this game. Plus, yeah, I think because people understand what like Dungeons and Dragons is, it's a pretty like understood quantity. When I didn't have to like intentionally deviate from how something like that would work, I did kind of stick to the formula, right? A little bit. I mean, part of the reason the formula is what the formula is, the formula works. So, all right. Do I want to bump the contrast on this anymore? No, I just need to fix the peppers, and then I'm gonna call it good. Yeah. Okay. So, and yeah, I think this other experiment was not as important. I can kind of just get rid of that. Okay, so peppers or apples or whatever you want to call these things. So I just need to. So this got just a little too light. So I'm just gonna bring this down again. Don't honk at me, please. Whoops! Whoa, wrong color. Oh, I'm color picking. Wait, no. What went wrong with color picking? Oh, there we go. All right. Well, oh, I clicked. Oh, I was trying to click in blank space and accidentally clicked in the umbrella up here. Blank space. All right, there we go. Just a subtle. Maybe I'll just spill it. Maybe I won't even bother redrawing it. Nope, not that much. Just shading the apples or peppers, apple peppers, the papples, the eepers. Sorry, I'll stop saying. Whoa, that was the wrong button. I'll stop saying weird words. Alright, almost there. Alright, I'm just gonna call this good. So I'm gonna, oh yeah, I'll get rid of this mysterious cart this ghost cart that came out of nowhere. And then I'll save this. I'll save this to both versions because I wasn't sure how it would work out, but I think it worked out. So village, foreground. So we're not actually going to see. Yeah, the environments don't load during the game anymore. They all get loaded up at the front. So we're not actually going to see those changes in the game until I restart the script. I might try and restart this script at some point during the day just to see how that looks, but I'll do it like after this event or something, so as not to be disruptive. Okay, so I can just get rid of this. Don't bother saving, and then this one I already saved out, so I can close this. Yeah. All right, and then oh yeah. All right, like I said, there's one other little art thing, which is silly, but because like this is literally the first. This is literally the first environment that I ever made, and I made it so fast and sloppily that there are all these little like there's all these little can I please minimize the script downtime? You mean more so than I already do, Marty BM? Where's the thank you for all the minimization I already do? Where's that, Marty BM? Are you saying you want me to stop minimizing the downtime and then start minimizing it again? Because I can't really minimize it. Like I don't know. I feel like it'd be disingenuous if I just started duplicatively minimizing it, right? I feel like I wouldn't really be fulfilling your request if I just continued to minimize the downtime. I feel like if I in order to really fulfill your request, I'd have to maximize the downtime. So maybe like Marty BM suggests, maybe we should take a 2-hour break from side quests. All right, there we go. No, I'm just kidding. We'll minimize it. We'll keep it minimal, as we always do, Marty BM. Okay, so sorry, I'm in some sort of mood today. Yeah, so when I literally the mountain environment, it took me like minutes to make it in the first place, and part of the reason it only took me minutes to make is because I didn't even bother to make stuff like this seamly. So like just little things like this have been like ever since like I see these a lot. Like I even accidentally put them in like some of the promotional art for the game, and I see those things and I'm just like no, no, I should not be showing that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I mean, it doesn't even make sense for the shading to be up there. So yeah, there are just a few little things like that that I like this was back before I even understood exactly how the environment system was going to work. I was just like quickly throwing together like, hey, here's something that could work a little bit, and and it did, and so I kept it. But the thing I never did was this, which was just to come back and like they're rocks. They're very simple. Like there's not much that needs to change, but there are just like some points where the brush strokes are so offensively, inappropriately bad that I just have to fix those up a little bit. Uh, that's fine. I'm just gonna. Oops, no. I have to get rid of that background layer. I was just putting that background layer in for contrast so I could see what I was doing, and now it is done, and I can rest a little bit easier. So there's a lot of other stuff that I could do. Like I could go in and like add more detail to this because it is like just dramatically less detailed than most of the backgrounds. It's a little okay though because it's rocks, right? It's not supposed to be like visually compelling. Like if you walk through a desert, not everything is going to be visually compelling. Some spans are going to be like a little bit plain. Uh, um, so I guess I don't have to restart the script, but I'm going to because it'll be quick. I actually changed how the script works, so events actually happen more frequently the more I restart the script because the events like it now takes half as long if I restart the script. Although it does also take the time for the script to cool down. So I it's not literally just half. It's like it's it's somewhere between half and full time. Uh, what's the question? Where does Trusty Bard get all the stories? Oh yeah, sorry, I missed that. I write a lot of the stories. I've written most of the events for side quests so far, but then there's also a if like anyone who's played the game before who like understands how it works, who understands how the event system plays. I have a form where actually I haven't even checked in a while. If there might be some that have come in that I haven't checked. I usually assume that if someone submits one, they'll also tell me that they submit one, so I don't have to just keep checking the form. But yeah, I think we have. Oh wait, is this Otto's name? No, we have both of us Ottos, right? This one's the circus, or oh no, the Wild Tribe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Marty's was the circus. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I that's actually one of that's something that I want to do. Hey, Asato, speak of the person, speak of the quest author. Uh, the, one of the things I want to do in the very near future is to go in and write more events because I recently made it so that quests are a lot easier to write. Not well, they're not easier to write per se, but there's a lot more room for creativity now. There's fewer restrictions, I guess, with what type of events can be written, or like how events can be written, like how the particulars of the events play out. And the only reason I'm not doing that right now is because even before I do that, I want to add even more flexibility and more possibility. So, um, yes, yes, indeed. Um, so right, so I said I want to do the event now button XP boost toggle. The EXP boost toggle. Uh, huh. I mean, I guess I don't really need to do those things right now. It's one of those things that like I'll want it to be done. Like I might use it. Actually, no. It's one of those things where I think I'll use it if I have these things, but it's entirely possible that I just won't actually use these things, or that no, I mean there are some gains to it, but like for the XP boost, like I kind of have the XP boost already, except I'd basically instead of having like the away mode and the XP boost as one button, I'd be having it as like two buttons. And so like it might be that the only meaningful difference is that I now have to click twice as many buttons, or there are twice as many things that I might accidentally set to the wrong mode. Um, so I could just do the event rate tracker, but if I was just doing that, then like that's not nearly as exciting. I'll hold off on this. I do probably want to do it at some point. Yeah, I'm not that worried about it right now. Okay, so uh, um, that would mean that the next step is the pirate ship and jump cut authoring. Does that sound right? Is that the next thing I want to do? Something else flipped through my mind just a second ago, and I should have made note of it when it was there, because now I'm like, and I don't remember what it was. It was like it was something. It was some sort of feature work for the game. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I might want to change the event system. I might want to have like a tiered event system. uh, uh, so basically, but what I mean by that is like I'm thinking of separating. Like right now we have like quest chains and we have like singular events. I might make it so that like there's actually a differentiation between the two, and that the way that they occur is. Hmm, I'm not sure. There's something there, and I guess I'll want to figure it out at some point. But I kind of want to make like a new class of events that are like smaller almost, um, that are like the sort of things that yeah. So basically, I want like quests that imply story and quests that are just like circumstantial. So for example, of or like not circumstantial, but like a quest that like can or events that can like happen like basically anywhere. So examples of those would be like the the like the betrayal in the court, in the royal court is a quest chain. It starts and then you follow through the some sequence of events. Um, the the boulder in your path that you have to roll out of the way is like a smaller thing. It's something that like it's just like one and done. It's really like not only is it yeah. So I guess what I'm thinking of is like scale basically. Like like there are some there are some like one-off events that I had written as like little one-offs, but I in order to write them that way, like back before we had the branching system, I basically had to crunch them down. Whereas they actually would have been like bigger. They because like the betrayal was originally written as like a one and done sort of thing. Um, so I guess basically now that I can author quests to like an appropriate like breadth, I should continue to expand the ones that are too dense, and then yeah, because so basically what I want to do is I'm not 100% about this, but I think like if I guess once I reach that point, there's then the possibility to kind of like be more deliberate in how these quests occur. Like instead, like right now, like there are there's categories and organization, but like there's still like at the very core, like amongst those categories, the events are just chosen randomly, like literally randomly. So, uh, usually randomness in a game is like placeholder for something more intentional. Not always, but like very often it is. And I think this might be one of those places. I don't know. Well, that might be the sort of thing that actually becomes more clear once I have more events in the game. So I'd probably continue with like the pirate ship and jump cut authoring because, like I said, these are two things that will make me. These are two things. Oh, the script's still down. I can bring the script back up, right? It's been down long enough. Okay. Minimizing downtime, right? That's the. Hey, look, we're even still in the snow. just how we left it. um, all right, so whoops, I delayed some frames by accident. So yeah, I think it's pirate ship time, maybe. So I guess it's art time too. It's the art game continues. We're making a pirate ship, I guess. I I only vaguely know how this is going to work. I don't totally know how this is going to work. I'll be 100% clear. I'm not certain how this is going to work. um. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit weird because there are two ways that I can do a pirate ship. So like so I could do a pirate ship. Um so like if we look at how the background is currently working, it's a little hard to tell in the snow, but like there's the clouds in the background and those are panning across very slowly. And then there's this layer is a little hard to see, but there are actually trees between the trees in the front and the trees. There are actually like three layers of trees, four layers technically if you count the trees in the cloud layer, but whatever. Um, and they're all like moving, like they're all parallaxing relative to each other. So for the boat, I have two options. Oh no, I don't really. No, I don't have two options. I only have one option, and it requires new tech. So pirate ship is not just an art task; it's also a tech task. What's going to happen with the pirate ship? Oh, you're a all right. You're a real pirate ship person in real life. That's very helpful. I'm glad you're here for this. Um, um, yeah, I was gonna say I could do the pirate ship two ways. I could have it so that like the main like front loop of the pirate ship is like the full 360 like panoramic view of the pirate ship. And so like as you walk around the pirate ship, you're literally walking around the pirate ship. The thing about that is that that would imply that like then the background layers wouldn't really work because it would make it look like the boat is spinning in circles because the waves would always be moving in one direction. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to um, clamp the foreground layer. So basically the foreground layer is going to be the boat. It's going to be like the boat interior and the boat exterior. Like it's going to have like well here I'll start instead of just trying to describe it, I'll start like mocking it up, I guess. So open or not open new file new uh yeah so 1920 by 150. So actually before yeah I'm gonna take the adventure layer because the adventure layer is still vital. Like I can change basically everything. Because the interesting thing about the pirate ship is that there's not going to be any transitions to and from this environment. It's just going to be an environment apart from all others. And so the only way you get on the pirate ship is to jump cut, which is why the next thing that we want to do is jump cut authoring so that we can actually ever use the pirate ship. Um, so let's see. Uh, Yeah, I was gonna open. I've just been using the adventurers layer from the logo because the adventurers layer and the adventures in the logo are at the correct height for adventures in this game. So it just helps to see them in context or just see like what an adventure would look like in the scene. So is that oh, it's still off by 1 pixel? All right, that's fine. It doesn't actually have to be lined up with the edge of the screen, so that's fine. Oh, it actually is though. Cute. Okay. So let's add some new layers. So this is the adventure layer. So let's add in the. So yeah, so the background. I'll stub in the background and the midground really quick, because those ones will be normal. They'll just be the ocean. Uh, so yeah. So this is the background, this is the midground, and then so the near ground layer, the near ground and the foreground layers are both going to be weird. So I should actually add in a task for this. I should add in two tasks actually. Still, or yeah, still environments, environments, uh, and also island environments or disconnected, unconnected environments, because those are two things that the game doesn't actually support yet. Environments. I can spell. I do know how to spell words. Unconnect, unconnected, unconnected. I do technically know how to spell words. I blame my fingers. Sometimes my fingers forget how to spell things. My fingers are bad spellers. My brain totally got it down. Hey, speaking of betrayal in the court, betrayal in the royal court. Why did I want? Um, that's not. That's not. Asada. You didn't. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna engage. Okay. So what were we doing? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Specking up the. So this is the near ground, and this is the foreground. Okay, so yeah, the background is gonna be pretty simple. I'll draw that actually later. So the near ground, because this is the weird one. The near ground is like the boat itself. So let's I'm gonna save this just so that I don't accidentally I like sometimes like there are some crashes in Paint.net, and I sometimes forget to safety save, and if that ever happened, like Paint.net doesn't make auto backup, so if we find a crash in Paint.net, we will lose work, and I should be safety saving a lot in order so that when we do lose work, we don't lose too much. We lose like hopefully relatively little. Okay, so yeah, the gist of this background is like let's get a bigger brush. Basically, even bigger than that. So you're walking on the deck of a pirate ship. This is the deck of a pirate ship, obviously. And so, because like this is a really big pirate ship, this is a pirate ship this pirate ship is so big that it goes all the way off the screen in either direction. Like it goes all the way across the screen. And so, because the pirate ship is really big, I'm thinking you're actually going to go like inside the back deck of the pirate ship, like this. So there'll be like a door here, and you go through it. So so it'll be kind of like a cutaway sort of situation, kind of like the cave a little bit. So even on like we can even do on the foreground layer, we can have it like that. Literally, there's like a door that you go through, and then there's a cutaway, and then you see the interior. Space, so like we can use a darker color for the interior, and like this is all just temp, so I'm not even like trying to draw it right now. This is all just like so this is like inside the cabin, and I mean the ship is so big that you actually just like walk further into the cabin, and I guess the idea is that you go downstairs, and then you walk across the deck of the ship. You go below deck, and then apparently below deck you walk back to the other side of the ship, because like with like how the game naturally works, players still march across the screen, right? And so why are they marching across the screen? I guess it's because oh wow, actually I don't need the rear of the ship to actually be so big, or actually no, I guess that's fine. And then like the front of the ship, the ship I'm thinking will do like the same thing basically, where. So basically, like you emerge from the. Actually, no. I guess that's this the. So sorry. The one on this side is actually the front of the ship, and this is the back of the ship. So you're walking from the back of the ship to the front of the ship, and you're just kind of like patrolling, I guess, or just pacing the deck, I guess. So maybe the ship isn't so big. I was worried that the scale would like look crazy, and that it wouldn't look like a ship. It would look like some sort of like weird like. Extended like yacht, not yacht, like dock sort of situation. But yeah, no, this could be okay. Oh, oh. This ship doesn't have sails though, is the weird thing. There are literally no sails on this ship. Because you know what I was just thinking was, oh, and then I can put like the mast coming up right in the middle. Whoops. Huh. I can put the mast like right in the middle of. No, stop! Clone stamp tool. No one cares about you. I could put it like right in the middle. There could be like a big mast going up, but then immediately I remembered like, wait, no, I'm not allowed to hit the top of the screen. So, all right, so this pirate ship is a little weird that it doesn't have. Oh wait, if it doesn't have a mast, maybe it could just have like people rowing, which I don't think. I might just not care about it. It might just be like a. It might just be a bit ambiguous as to like what what's happening with the with the with how the how the uh, how the like wait, why is this not drawing? Oh, sampling image. I might just not explain how the how the ship goes forwards. Doop doop. All right. So yeah, and so then so the thing that I don't have in the game yet, that I'll have to add, is a way to make it so that this ship, like the ship layer, the layer with like the actual like structure of the ship itself, I want to make it so that this doesn't actually move across the screen. It just stays fixed on screen. But the back layers will be the ocean, the glistening seas, and these will slide and scroll per usual. So they'll be like that one. That's actually going up a little too high. It's supposed to be actually pretty low to the horizon, and then yeah. So and then I guess oops. Darker might not make as much sense for this. Or no, I guess yeah. No, this is probably fine. I don't know, but yeah, I'll make it look like waves and stuff too. But yeah, so this is like the gist of what the environment is gonna look like. And I can put like seagulls on one of the layers or something. Oh yeah, I mean, I could make this a special environment with seagulls like flying past as like a. I don't know. We'll see. I can tell from the URL what you just posted, Asado, and I will be looking up I will be looking at reference art briefly because I don't know what a pirate ship looks like. But I know that's not gonna be, I know that's not actually helpful. Yeah. All right. So this is like the gist of like what our pirate ship will be. And actually, I think I want the deck to be a little bit longer. I thought I was gonna have to take up more space with like the interior. Well, I mean, if I wanted to, I could get cute. If I wanted to, I could actually draw in the top deck. Up here, I could like actually have like the front of the ship. Like I could make it so that like that you don't actually go to the edge of the ship. Like for whatever reason, like it cuts off before that. Oh, you know what I could do is actually I could even just keep this wall on the ship if I wanted to, and then like put portholes in the side of it. It's like you don't actually like see through here. It's like you only see like the adventurers inside here through like the portholes on the side. I don't know if I'll necessarily do that, but I could if I wanted to, because it's just occurring to me like, if I really want to, if I want to sell this as a ship more, I'll want to put in like some more detail, and some of that detail could be up here actually, because even though I can't put like the mast on the ship, I could still put the. Oh wait, no, I was gonna say I could put the steering wheel up here, but I guess the steering wheel is actually on the back of the ship. I think that is one thing that I think it might be true about pirate ships is that the steering wheel goes on the back of the ship. All right, so I should probably just start looking up reference images and yeah, let's do that. Pirate ship. Pirate ship. It doesn't have to be a pirate ship. It just has to be a ship. But I'll look up pirate ship. because I think most pirate ships, like although they're ships that are more modern, I think pirate ships didn't tend to get as much modern as modern. It didn't get as modern. Pirate ship. Let's look at the deck of a pirate ship. Can we? Hey, look at that. Look at that. So a lot of these are artistic renderings. So maybe I shouldn't look for pirate ship. Maybe I'll just look for like a wooden ship deck. Nope, that's less thematically appropriate. Although this is actually kind of helpful. I mean, this is like the kind of thing that I guess I'm kind of looking for. Just like how to render those like interior planks and stuff. So that's actually helpful. Stuff like this is vaguely helpful, I guess. Not really. It has wood on it, but it's definitely more modern. I will want to look at the interior of ships to see how to do that too. But this looks like below deck, because like the curvature makes it look like, I think that's the lower deck layer. I mean, it could still be relevant in terms of like, I don't know. No, I'll look for a better reference than that. Yeah, so stuff like this, I guess. Because I guess I'll probably want to put like cannons. That was one thing that I was thinking of. Would be a fun feature. Cannons, why not? Cannons, and then like rope and stuff. Like I'll want to like put like, because I can't put the mast in there, I want to put like basically everything else. I want to put so many like ship related things that you don't even notice how weird it is that there's no mast. All right, so oh wait, I actually like that reference. I kind of wanted to keep it. So what else? What else have we here? Let's go back to looking at pirate ships. Because I think like, oh yeah, no, that was the reason that we weren't looking at pirate ships, is because like it didn't actually have like photos. Like we weren't actually looking at reference. We were just looking at like other artistic renderings. I actually can't tell if that's a photo or an artistic rendering. Maybe a photo? I don't know. Graphics these days, you guys. Graphics. Is this one a photo? I think that's a photo. But it's also a very modern looking ship. Which is not bad, because like, I mean, yeah. No, it's more helpful to have like old looking ships as reference, but it's still helpful to me just to remember like what a ship actually looks like. Like what are the important structural features of a ship. Because betraying stuff like that is how you make things look really fake really fast. So yeah, so this isn't like super helpful in terms of like composition or anything, but just general reminders and like touchstones as to like what a ship could look like. Ropes and stuff, and like just ropes a lot of the places. I really wish I could put the mast in the ship. I feel like it's alright. Well, no, I don't know. It's just gonna be a little weird without it. It's just not pictured. That's what it is. It's not that it's not there. It's just that it's not depicted. It's the camera is like the mast is behind the camera is what it is. It's a very big ship and it's very wide, and so yes, that is my explanation for that. So this is a photo. Yeah, kind of. It's a very modern pirate ship. Uh, why can't I put the mast on the screen? There is no top of the screen. So if there's something that would be taller than the top of the screen, which doesn't exist, then it can't resolve. And so technically I could, but between the two things, I'd rather I'd rather not break the illusion of the top of the screen. I'd rather just have a pirate ship without a mast. Um, does that make sense? I can explain it in more detail, but if you get it, if you get the gist, then I won't bother to waste the words. Uh, uh, no, that's literally what I just said, Asado. That's literally the opposite of what I just said. What you said is exactly what I just said I'm not going to do. So, for the exact reasons that I just said, I'm not going to do them. Um, all right, I could probably get to drawing. Like I don't need to find like the perfect reference in order to start. It'd be nice. Nope. My hair was in my eyes, and so I was like, "Wait, is that a photo?" No, obviously it's not a photo. Uh, uh, I guess they just didn't take very many photos of their pirate ships. I guess pirates. I mean, I guess maybe most pirates like just had like protected Instagram accounts so that like they didn't share it publicly. I guess because they were pirates, right? They they probably had like a you know they had like they were on. I'm sure the pirates were on social media. They just probably didn't post about their piracy there, and so that's probably why we don't have very many pictures of pirate ships because that stuff was all private. I know this is a kids playhouse thing, but it that's actually okay. Um, it's okay if the pirate ship in the game emulates the construction of a kid's like playhouse because we're not going for 100% historically accurate. And like whoever built this had to solve like the same challenge, some of the same answer to some of the same questions, like how to do the interior space of the boat and like how to like what the planks, the deck boards would look like. So um, if you've never seen this before, someone built like a pirate ship inside their house for their kids, and it's basically like a fort that is a pirate ship inside a house, which is those are basically the luckiest kids ever to have existed in the world. Um, there's like it's bigger than that picture shows too. There's actually much more to it. I think there's like walkways and like rope ladders and cool stuff. All right, I should get to drawing. I should get to it because I can keep on looking, but I'm not necessarily going to find more than what I already have. Uh, Sorry, yeah, I know. I said I'm gonna stop and then I'm gonna go do other things, and then I didn't. I am aware of that. I guess I just know like this could go really wrong. Like I could accidentally like make this look really bad, and I did that with the cave once. Oh, actually, but when I did that with the cave, it's because I looked up too much reference and psyched myself out. So no, maybe I should just trust myself a little bit here. Uh, oh, so I'll put some of that reference in a place where it's actually visible and I can see it as I'm working. So let's put it here. Which of these are like the best? I guess I don't know. Almost this one, except for the fact that it's like clearly a military vessel instead of a pirate ship. Uh, I almost kind of like this one almost. No, I'll go with this one because the rest of it I kind of understand. I just want to make sure I'm getting like I just want to make sure it looks like a ship, and this is the one that looks most like a ship of all of the reference pieces. Uh, so cool. Uh, uh, okay, so yeah, let's. So coloration. Oh yeah, that so I definitely have to make up the coloration myself. Oh, so actually no. In order to get that, I should be looking at like actual photos of not necessarily of ships, but just of like the ocean. Yeah, yeah. Because I kind of do want to do like an emerald sort of water, and I definitely made it too dark here. I think. I shouldn't make it too light either, because I want the boat to be a little bit versatile, because basically like the nice thing about the boat is like now I can make like any number of events. Like I already have some events that take place on a boat, and so that's why I'm making the boat so that those events have like a place to happen. Um, but uh, I'm not gonna write. I'm not gonna make a different boat every time I make new events that take place on boats. So hopefully I can get as much of it right the first time. Uh, in terms of like, yeah, usefulness. So this is probably like an okay space. Like these tones, these water tones are probably like okay. So like yeah, these are definitely more emerald, and these are definitely more. Oh, I also want to see what they look like with waves though. So let's say like let's look for like ocean ship waves. So we'll just try and see like what a ship looks like in the context of waves on the ocean. So like, is this a rendering? Yeah. Yeah. I was like, that looks way too scenic. That can't be a photograph. um, so maybe even something like this. Is this a photograph or a rendering? I can't tell. Probably a rendering. Yeah, it's CG digital art. I think I just don't spend enough time like in real life. I get so much of my information digitally that I'm often like a photograph like the so the things about a digital rendering that are so obviously fake and should just stand out to me like really clearly, they just don't stand out to me very clearly. um, because I don't see the real thing enough, I guess. I'm fooled. All right, so I guess the gist is I'm not finding like exactly what I'm looking for. I think the gist is basically just that with waves things get frothier and they get lighter on the crests is basically the gist of what I'm getting. I can't find like any one picture that really conveys it, but that's what like all these pictures seem to have in common is that like it gets I mean this is kind of like the closest I'm seeing almost, except what is this even? For all I know that's on like a micro scale or something. So all right, I'm not gonna whatever. I'll just leave that as like color. This is like pretty close to the colors that I was hoping for. So, yeah. So let's try and go. So layer midground. Let's go more emeraldy. So a little more greenish. Definitely more saturated. And deeper or less deep or that's probably okay. Like for like the base tone. I'm like this might be another one of those special cases where I actually use like more than two tones to render something, because like actually I mean, I guess it wouldn't really even be like a departure or like a variation to do that. Oh, actually I'm gonna hide the ship and the adventure layers briefly, because even though the ship covers up some of these layers, like on the edges, on the front and the back. Uh, these layers will be scrolling, so the part that the background covers up sometimes will still sometimes be visible. Like it'll scroll past. Like every part of the whole ocean won't be visible all at the same time, but every part of it will be visible at some point. And I don't have to do this lower part because we don't actually ever see this part, but still. You know what I could do? Someday, I'm not gonna do it now, but it just occurred to me like I could have the boat sail onto screen as like the transition, like because with the jump cut, there's not gonna be like a natural like gradual transition, but if I felt like it, I could make it so that I basically could make custom transitions. So like instead of just jump cutting, it can make it so that the for like it instead of cutting directly to the pirate ship, it could cut to the ocean, and then the boat could like sail into view. That's like some next level stuff though, and I don't actually care that hard. It just occurred to me like, yeah, I don't know. There's no reason I couldn't render the front of the boat and do all that stuff. All right. So yeah, that's probably fine. Actually, I might have brought that down a little too low. No, that could be okay. Actually, yeah, a little bit higher. A little bit higher now. Sorry. No, stop, stop. Oh my gosh, you freaking. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes like I pick up my pen and it's like, nope, your pen's still down. Your pen's still down. I'm gonna keep drawing. Your pen's still down. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. Uh, oh man. Paint.net is not without its quirks and foibles. All right, now I'm just like trying to make it a little more consistent in terms of the height. The reason I'm not just like chopping it uh, down to an exact height is because I have the height roughly in shape. I just want to give it like with all things in this game, I wanted to have like a vaguely organic-y, natural looking. Oh, whoops! I just instinctively cranked up the saturation for the background, but I don't necessarily want to do that. Typically, I've dropped the saturation for the background. So maybe that's telling me that I actually should make the foreground more saturated. Yeah, because I'm not going to get a better place to saturate. So, yeah, I'll probably want to do that, actually. That, since it's going to be a subtle change, I can just do that with a spill tool. I don't have to redraw it. Oh, I also haven't made more growth opportunities. Oops, strongly. I haven't made more... Oh, oops, why did I just color pick? I haven't made more of those passive growth things in a while. I could do that at some point. I mean, the nice thing about those is that they don't happen nearly as often, so... No, they do happen enough that... Oops, still the wrong layer. They do happen... Did I just crank up the saturation again? Gosh, I'm crazy. I'm like a fiend. I am desiring of the saturations. So yeah, it'll be something like that, I guess. But actually, yeah, I think I will crank up the saturation here. Because... Like, if I'm not going to capture the, like, the very rich, deep colors on this layer, like, I'm just basically not going to do it, so... Oh, wrong layer. So a little bit darker, too, I think. More saturated. Maybe even bluer. I might have gone a little too green. Yeah. A little greener. Yeah, I think that's a good, like, middle tone. And I can deepen some areas of it, because, like, there are some parts of this, this water that like actually gets even darker, even deeper. Okay, so now for the background layer, let's drop this down. It started at 55, so let's put it down to like 42, and let's drop the saturation a little bit. So it started at 74. Let's put it down to like 67. All right, yeah, I think this will do. That's a little too dark, maybe. I might not want to get that dark. So it's actually, yeah, let's bring that back up. It's like 40, it's like 48 maybe. How'd that look? Yeah, I think that's a little better. Alright, so drawn in the rest of the ocean. And this layer of the ocean will actually represent all the way to the horizon line. So the waves on it will be very subtle. Very subtly textured. What's the question? Oh. That's... there's a very easy rule of thumb there, Asado. You didn't specifically make an offensive joke per se. I'm gonna rinse your chat anyways, just because I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna rinse your chat. No, there's a very easy rule of thumb there, so you never have to ask those questions. It's actually, I mean, it's one of those things that like it's actually pretty obvious, but I guess it's a little bit convoluted, or like some people have gotten a bit convoluted about the topic, so it's something that doesn't necessarily come to mind immediately. If you're going to make a joke about an offensive topic, that could be fine. You can make jokes about offensive topics. What you have to keep in mind, though, if that topic is literally offensive, your joke has to be so funny Your joke doesn't just have to be funny. Your joke has to be so funny that what people that how it lands when a person hears it is not the offensive or unpleasant or inappropriate or off color aspect of it. Your joke has to be so funny that when people hear it, they hear the humor, and what they get from it is the humor. So you can literally make a joke about literally any topic, but the harder, if you're going to make a joke about something that is not going to be funny naturally, or is not going to incline itself to humor naturally, you have to work harder. And a lot of comics are just really lazy, or not necessarily lazy, maybe just not up for the challenge. Like a lot of comics just they they just they I mean they suck. Relatively speaking, like maybe they could make a really fine joke, that just stands on its own merits and is, humorous and entertaining. But like I don't know, I think like part of the reason the topic becomes controversial, or like people like don't agree necessarily on the topic all the time, which I guess is the definition of controversial. Yeah, like untalented comedians, or adequate comedians, like non-stellar comedians, sometimes try and make jokes that are just way out of their league, and it ends up falling a bit flat. And then it's like, oh, censorship. But it's like, no, it's not censorship. It's just, that's literally what's going to happen. That's literally the consequence of your actions. That's literally how people react to what you're saying. If what you're saying, if you say something, and the reaction that you get from people is not laughter, you can call it a joke. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a joke. It might mean might mean it's something else. So, Marty BM, I will ban you for that exact statement. Not literally, not right now. But like, why would I won't get distracted by this, but like, you're the second person in 2 days who's told me how to moderate, and that's not how that's literally the opposite of how moderation works. Moderation is not you telling me what's appropriate for this channel. Moderation, as the administrator of this channel, I am responsible for the content of this channel, and moderation is the mechanism by which I influence the content of this channel. If you want to influence the content of this channel, you can participate in this channel. That is your function in affecting the content of this channel. No, yesterday someone through other means said to me, unban me. They didn't say please. They didn't say, would you unban me? They said, unban me. And it was just another one of those moments where I'm like, is that how they think it works? Do they think that's actually how it goes? That you say unban me and you get unbanned? I mean, the funny thing is that the person who said it wasn't even banned. So I think they were just a person with a meager understanding of how these things work. So just in case it was unclear to anyone, I just want to clarify. I'm making this, I made this layer a little lumpy and organic like I tend to, which is okay, because there's something to it. Oh, you know what? I should actually really try to make this one fairly flat, because this one actually represents like the horizon line at sea, and that's like one thing that doesn't have much variation to it at all. So to the extent that I can, this is like the one line in the game that I should actually try and make like rigid. Not because it represents something like solid. It's actually, I mean, it's water. It's actually, it's liquid. It's very liquid. It's just it's liquid. It's a great amount of liquid over a great amount of space, all affected by gravity, and so it will naturally even out quite evenly overall. So again, like, so the extent to which these lines will vary should not relate to like the image that I'm conveying. There should be no, like, I'm not trying to render variance. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to render a straight line in a hand-drawn style, so there will be some variance to it, only because of only stylistically though, only for the same reason like the characters are a little bit noodly, and that's for the same reason the tones are a little cartoony. Uh, I mean, you can say you'll make your jokes funny, but I mean, one of the things I was trying to point out is that like we don't get to decide whether our jokes are funny or not. We get to decide what jokes we tell. Our audience gets to decide whether our jokes are funny or not. Because funny, I don't know. I guess there is like some objective measure of like funny, in like by the definition of like a peculiar or odd. Um, and you can definitely say like you told a joke. If you tell a joke and people laugh at it, you can say that that joke was funny. Again, as like another subtle distinction, like that's not to say that that joke will persist. That's not to say that that joke will persist to be funny. You can tell a joke and have it go over well and get a good reaction from it. And I'm not. So just to be clear, I'm not a comedian. I just I know some comedians, and so I find it an interesting topic, comedy. So for example, you might notice I don't make distasteful jokes. And the reason I don't do that is because I understand enough about how comedy works to know that I would not succeed at making a distasteful joke. Uh, I would if I attempted to make a distasteful joke, some people might chuckle. Other people would probably be like, "Grah," or like no, they'd probably be like, "Grah," or like, "Mrr," or I'm not doing a very good impersonation, but I think you hopefully get the gist. Is that like the reaction to it would be not worth the cost. Like it'd be like one of those things where like when you have a mosquito bite, right? It's like you can scratch at a mosquito bite and like that feels good for a moment. But like overall, you're just scraping at your skin, you're just agitating the wound, and overall you're not like the net gain does not outweigh the cost associated with that action. So I avoid telling offensive jokes for the same reason I avoid scratching mosquito bites. It's like maybe it feels nice. Maybe like maybe you have an urge to do it, but that doesn't mean you should. Um, yeah. You might like deep down there might be some little voice in your head saying like, oh, I should say something offensive, I should say something offensive, I should scratch this mosquito bite, I should say something offensive, like it'll be great, everyone will love it. One time I scratched a mosquito bite and told an offensive statement, and it was very enjoyable, and everyone found this experience to be thoroughly satisfactory to them. um, but I don't know if that little voice in your head telling you that is necessarily an authority on. I don't know if it's necessarily a trustworthy source of information. So I guess I would just say fact check. Fact check that little voice that says scratch a mosquito bite. Fact check that little voice that said if I'm vulgar or and it's not even vulgarity, but like if I'm offensive, you know, people will find that fun in some way. Really? Really, little voice? Really, little voice? Like, I understand what you're describing, little voice. I do remember what that brief satisfaction that you get from scratching a mosquito bite. But I also remember having, like, being a 12-year-old kid with, like, legs covered in scabs because I scratched my mosquito bites. Um, yeah, not having mosquito bites, that is also a nice choice. But then, but like not having mosquito bites versus like going outside in the summer, it's like you know what, I can suffer a few mosquito bites, and I'll still go out in the summer. If that's what it costs to go out in the summer, that's fine. I don't think we're actually even on a metaphor anymore. I think we're just talking about summer and mosquito bites. I think we've gotten to that point. My topics tend to, as you may have noticed, my topics tend to stray a little bit when. Also, I apologize because that's probably the most boring thing that I'll ever do on stream is just try and draw a very straight line all the way across the screen. I don't have to do it very much. But look how relatively straight that is. That could be a horizon line. That could be a hand-drawn horizon line. I mean, there are little lumps that I'll want to probably go back and like touch up slightly, but I can do that when I'm going in and adding detail too. All right, so like I said, I should be safety saving a lot. just in case something goes catastrophically awry. So yeah, okay. So one thing that I haven't really rendered into this scene, which will be pretty important in terms of composition, is the edge of the deck of the pirate ship and the edge of the railing of the pirate ship. So let's go to this layer, the near ground layer, and I might actually want to bring up. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to bring up the mid ground layer a little bit because I want to. So I want to keep these relatively tight because like there's going to be some chop, there's going to be some waves in the ocean, there's going to be some texture to it. However, it's going to be like because we're looking out at sea. Like I've never been out at sea. I've been out on boats where I could look out into the sea, and it's just very flat. Is what you see. Is what you see. Is what you see there. Sorry, that doesn't even count as a pun. That was just me saying a word that happened to be a synonym. Or a homonym. Homonym. Okay. All right, yeah. So I just brought that up a little bit because I wanted to bring up the railing. Like the railing again, it'll be another one of those things that like I'm not gonna go as like careful with it as I did with the horizon line, but the railing will be actually no. You know what? The railing will actually bow out a little bit. Like the railing will actually be a little bit like just ever so gradually like lower on the sides, just because like boats have a little bit of curvature to them. Like the outsides aren't like straight flat. Well, actually no. I mean, I guess they could be flat, but like this one's not completely flat. So there's going to be like a slight curvature to it. And I also so the reason I raised up the waterline is so that I could have that curvature, not just the curvature, but also so that like with the position of the railing curved or whatever, I could put it up high enough so that I can also have some height to the edges of the ship, because I don't know, like most of the ships that I saw, like I think just because of the nature of like boats and the sea, I think maybe like an aircraft carrier or something like that. I think there are like some sea vessels that don't have like railings around the edges, like that are just like literally flat surfaces. But I think like because boats are like rocky and like people don't like falling into the ocean, I think most boats, or like a lot of boats at least, have this boat, let's say, at least has it's gonna be a little funny having birds on the boat. No, I guess it's not gonna be that funny. I was just thinking like, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a little funny because like technically that I don't think like an owl would just be like kind of just cruising. I guess it actually might though, because as soon as I said it's a little weird, it occurred to me like, wait, I was gonna put seagulls in doing the exact same thing. So maybe it won't be that weird. And maybe I guess I can put seagulls in because I have to like I can't just like cut the birds out of this. I could. I mean, I could hypothetically. I can make it so that the birds like don't render in the pirate ship, but that's silly, and I don't like that idea. So, um, all right. Yeah. So this is roughly how the railing will go, I guess. And then So the reason I'm putting it up as so the reason I'm putting it as high is so that not only can I have height to the railing, but also I want to put a lot of props between where the adventurers are standing and where the wall ends, like cannons and like ropes and like other pirate paraphernalia, not like pirate paraphernalia necessarily, but like other like just boating, general boat things, like things you find on a boat, whatever those things are called, uh, hatches, because like there are references to hatches that you batten things in this game. This game features fully playable battening, over 80 different kinds of hardcore fully detailed battening is a lie. It doesn't have any even similar to any of those things I just said, but that phrase amuses me for whatever reason. So I'm probably going to add a little more detail to this railing. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. I do that a lot. I like tell myself like, oh, I won't worry about this now because I'll just come back and add tons more detail to it later. But that's also what makes me why it ends up taking me like a really long time to make a lot of these environments. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Here's the cave. The cave ruined me. The cave was the first time I tried to do an environment like relatively quickly, and the environment was like, nope, not gonna work. No, not clone stamp tool. Not clone stamp tool. No, yeah, the cave was the first time like I tried to do that, and like the environment was like, no, if you try and do this fast, I'm gonna look ugly. That's what the cave said, and it did. It looked horrendously ugly, and so I had to. I should just be closer up. It's not gonna go much slower if I'm closer up, and actually it'll probably go faster overall because I won't have to spend as much time drawing and redrawing these layers. It's possible I should be working on separate layers or like with a smaller brush or something. Yeah, I probably should have done this on a separate layer because like I do want the railing, the width of the railing to be relatively consistent. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing is that like, I mean, it's easy. Yeah, I mean the mountains. I guess were a good place to start because the mountains. I made the mountains really fast. It was also like there was a lot of things about the mountains that just like won't apply to other environments because like it really didn't matter what the shape of the mountains were because mountains can be any shape. There's no like one shape for the mountains. Then when you get to things like railings and stuff, like there's actually a shape for railings. Like railings, like they should be there can be some like there's some stuff that I cover with like the excuse that like oh it's supposed to be hand drawn. It's supposed to be a little bit it's supposed to be a little organic. But there's also an extent to which that excuse just like does not fly. So I have to at least give it a shot at making them shaped somewhat sensibly. I guess so when I did the cave, like I kind of thought that the rocks were going to be that way too. Like I can just make these rocks look like whatever. But like there were just so many not conceptual, but like logistical challenges with like implementing the cave, like the interior to exterior transition and rendering depth in an interior space. It turned out to be surprisingly hairy. So I learned a lot that week. I learned a lot that week. um, so oh, oops, sorry, I kind of zoned out of chat for a minute. And by a minute, I mean several minutes. Just catching up real quick. Sorry, I just read the line about more battening than cats or Batman. Yep. uh, uh, Spyrock. Yeah. Wait, is your OCD kicking in a good way or a bad way? Like, is this pleasant for OCD, or is this is the hand painted style is it setting off your OCD alarms? Because I assure you, this is literally what I've done for all of the backgrounds. Actually, this is as detailed as I ever get with my background. So as long as like this sort of thing, like looking at the snow, like I was way quicker and faster and looser with like the snow. But it turns out okay, right? Because like as long as I'm consistent with it, and as long as I'm rendering like the broad strokes, like a little bit of wiggle in the detail is it turns out okay. At least it tends to. So let me know if your OCD goes out of control, and I can I don't know, I'll see what I can do to get it in check, or I'll see what I can do to minimize the triggers for you. Why did we just teleport? Why did we just teleport? I was watching the game and we just teleported. Why? What was the previous event? The previous event was... Huh. We weren't even beginning to transition. For some reason, at the end of the banquet, we did not begin to transition to the river, although so incidentally, the quest that's happening right now in chat, this is the one that, there's no pirate ship yet, as you probably figured out by this point, but this is the quest line for which I'm making a pirate ship. So let's, Yeah, but why did we were just in the middle of the snowy forest and we just jumped to so that was a jump cut. But why did we jump cut to the river? Why didn't we transition naturally to the river? I'm now inclined to wonder. Um, I I'll be interested to see if we don't transition again, because it might just be that we're not resetting the transition correctly or something. Like, because we did transition. No, we started in the forest. We started in the snow, didn't we? Okay, so I probably messed up the. I probably messed up. Yeah, we started in the snow because we did the betrayal quest line. Uh, so I probably just messed up. What? Yeah, okay. There's a way that the game like incurs initiates its own transitions, and I'm guessing I messed that up somehow because I did a big refactor, and like the manual transitions like did work, but the apparently the automated ones are not back in good repair yet. So env destination. Let's look up references to this because this is what we use to relay that data. So at the end of an event, I didn't change this part, so we're probably still setting. Oh no, I did change this part. Oh, okay, okay. Wait, env next name. Yeah. Well, I mean, these are equivalent statements. I could say if env next name equals 0, or if env phase. Hey, congratulations! I missed the name tag, but whoever just leveled up, way to go! Good job. Uh, um, oh, that must have been Yakumus. Yakumus, congratulations. Um, no, it's no the jump cut that we saw there. It wasn't even trying. It literally did not even make any effort to transition. So it literally just never got like the message never got through that like, oh, here's the next environment we're supposed to go to. It like if it had anything to do with timing, for one thing, it wouldn't have had anything to do with timing because we fixed the timing, and the timing now works. That was one thing that we actually saw yesterday. Before we changed the environment, before we refactored the environment, we did see that that was working, and that didn't change. I refactored other things, and I apparently broke it. I didn't break that. Well, I don't think I broke that. What I think I broke is the messaging system, because if it had just been the timing, we wouldn't have jumped from the snow to the river. We would have started to transition to the river, so we would have been like halfway between the snow and the river, and then we would have jumped. So it's just that the message never even gets there. uh, I'm I, I'm like 99.9% certain. Who knows? I mean, it's code bugs. It could be anything. um, so for one thing, I was using environment next name for a little while, but I don't think I need to be really doing that right now. I could I reinstituted phase 0. So if environment phase is less than 5, location equals BG's name. Wait, how does this work? Yeah. Oh, BG's name next. That could be part of the problem. I'm not supposed to be referencing this anymore. Are there other references to? No. Okay. Apparently, when I was rinsing out references to BG's name, I forgot. Okay, so this is the bug. Uh, so location equals env name next. Okay, so yeah, I guess I will go by env name not equals blank, because if env phase is less than or equal to 5, which is to say if we're less than halfway through a transition. Oh, wait, really? Oh, next, yeah. Oh, next. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Location equals env name next. Oh, actually, I guess we don't really account for this case anymore. Wait, why do we have this case in here? If env phase is less than or equal to 5. If env name, wait, not equals blank. Oh no, that probably wasn't the bug. I mean, that was a bug, but like this part is broken, but uh, yeah, things that just work right the first time. There, I one time I implemented a feature and I restarted the script and it worked. No, I like missed a piece of syntax and I fixed that one piece of syntax and then it just worked or something like that. That was the closest I've ever come to it just working. Um, all right, so yeah, what I think I changed enough of this that I should probably just reevaluate this logic. Um, so this is the part at the end. So this else. So okay. So if the outcome has a chain, has like a part of a quest chain, then we set the next event just based on yeah, we set the next event just based on the quest chain. Um, so yeah, this isn't just for choosing the transition. This is actually also for choosing the next quest. So if env next name equals blank, if we're not transitioning, this is the case where we're not transitioning. So we don't actually have to be checking for env name next because we only do this if we're not transitioning yet. Is that right though? If we're not transitioning, then we can choose. Wait a second. Is this supposed to be if we are transitioning? Maybe I got this backwards. Maybe this is supposed to be env next name equals blank. Oh no. This that right. This is oh yeah no not equals. Okay no. Oof, okay, so sorry. Yeah, no, my head's on slightly backwards. This is the case that we are transitioning. The not equals makes me think not transitioning, but no, not transitioning. So in the case that we are transitioning, all right, yeah. So yeah, so that was a bug, the env name next thing. Um, uh, oh, that's another bug. Is env is it's not env name next. Oh, well, I just typed it wrong. It's env next name. Uh, okay, this is just a special case for when we're in away mode, uh, and we're choosing events really fast. Um, uh, so this env events. Yeah, like to a certain extent, away mode is just weird and is not going to work right, but that's fine. Have I heard of unit testing or modular development? Uh, um, I guess that wasn't a question for me. But yeah, I have. uh, yeah. Unit testing is unit testing is basically setting up small environments, like small little environments, like miniature environments, where you can basically just exercise like a piece. So for example, I don't like I'm not going to give the best description of it because like maybe Yakumus can give a better description. I don't actually do it myself. I'm like you. I just make big things and hope they work at the end. The generally like I guess an example is so like if I was going to unit test the environment system, like the whole environment event whatever blah 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 together thing, like if I was going to unit test this, what would I do? I don't even know. No, I basically make a it's basically like not the full project. It's basically like a just like a hacked out like section of the project. Like okay, you know when they you know when they they surgically remove an organ from a person and like they keep that organ so that it doesn't like get deteriorated or anything because they're like going to transplant it or something. Um, it's basically like they make a little environment where that organ can live and continue to function, or like basically just like actually no, I guess that's not technically what they do with organs. That's what they do in like science fiction when they like take a brain and put it in a jar and hook it up to a computer and suddenly the brain can control a robot. Um, so that's what unit testing is. That's my best description of unit testing. Um, okay. Uh, um, so, what was it doing? Oh, I picked up my stylus again. Like I'm gonna just draw the code in. No, okay, so yeah, this is so I don't have to worry about this. There was a bug here, but it's not the one that we saw. I'm just gonna see if there aren't any other bugs. I mean, at this point, I should probably just take out all references to BGs that are not references to the background layer, because any place where those are still kicking around is gonna be. All right, so the else case is actually this one here. This is the case that actually, no. I guess it could have been either. Yeah, it could have been anywhere in here that because we would have so we would have got that there was no env next name, so we would have gone into the else case. We would have found that next to I equals random in env events, and this did happen because we did get what was the event that we got? Like the pirate ship. We got the pirate ship from env events. My favorite variable name, env events. And so while true, if and yeah, no. So we made it through this whole gauntlet, and next event name became env events index blah blah blah. Recent events, we append next event name. That could have worked. I don't know. I haven't seen any problems with this specifically, so I can assume that this is working. Oh, thank you, Yakimus. RoboCop 2 was a failed unit test. Okay. uh, yeah. Cool. Okay, because okay, so recent events, yeah, that might be this might be working. I have no reason to think that recent events are not working. So maybe this is what's not working, because this is where if env next name not equals blank, which it shouldn't have, shouldn't have equaled blank. It should wait not equals blank. Oh. Equals blank. If next env name equals blank, yeah, that would be it. So right, like I was saying, that's confusing to me. I keep wanting to think not equals means not transitioning, but not equals means transitioning. Equals means not transitioning. So if env next name equals blank, if we're not in the process of a transition, if we don't already have a next environment named, then wait, what is this? Oh, and yeah, so then so the event has a destination. Wait, hold on, wait. Oh no, if the so yeah, so what we check here is if we're not in the middle of a transition, or what we're supposed to be checking here is that we're not in the middle of a transition, and that the event has a destination which is not our current destination. Because if the event takes place in our current location, we don't have to travel anywhere. But in the case that we do have to travel and we're not already traveling, then we set the next destination. All right, so that was the bug. We fixed two bugs. So I'll we're did we fix the pirate ship? Are we on our way to? Are we on our way to the life at sea? Yes, ahoy! We shove off on the maiden voyage of the newly rechristened vessel. I don't like scare quotes around maiden. That's creepy to me for some reason. Maiden voyage. Oh, that's not a real thing. Let's get rid of this. Go away. I've had this written here for like a year, and I'm never gonna do anything with it. No, I will someday. Whoa, I'm not scroll down the chat. Okay, but yeah, so let's just real quick. C temp. No temp. Why did I go to temp? Projects. Journey. Events. Me. Pirate ship. Broken ship. Open. Oops. I like how I opened Notepad++ just to open it through. To open it in Notepad. The yeah, you shove off on the main voyage of the newly rechristened vessel. Cool, that's fine. All right, not that it matters, but it matters to me, I guess. So yeah, let's get back to the pirate ship, huh? Oops. Nope, not that one. This one. Also, what is it? I opened some window and it's like, oh, is my browser. It was like covering up. Sorry, you guys probably. I don't know. I'm just repositioning a few things so that I can see the game art better. All right. So I haven't restarted the script yet, only because we just happen to be on the quests. We happen to be on the quest chain that involves the pirate ship that we're drawing right now. So in case anyone hasn't seen the pirate ship quest yet, then we'll get to preview that, and then later we can maybe I don't know if we'll necessarily. Actually, we could finish this today. Most of the reason it takes me longer than a day to do environment sometimes is because I have to do the transitions as well. But I don't know. If I keep focused, I could feasibly complete this in a day. It's not to say that I will, but it's to say that I could, hypothetically. Do 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 do. Uh, hmm. Huh. Sorry, I just my mind wanders every now and again, and uh, yeah. So I just had a weird random thought, which I don't know if it's a real thought or not, but it was just interesting enough that I was like, I'm gonna stop and think about that for a moment. Yeah. So, uh, oh. I might have oversold battening earlier. I'm gonna feel partially responsible for this outcome. uh, but right, wasn't I mean that's yeah. I don't know how many games offer that sort of a. How many games offer like that sort of like battening action in that fidelity? Like, I spent a lot of time trying to really capture the essence of what it means to batten. I'm making stuff up. I'm lying out of my face. I didn't not spend any time working on hatch battening. I did no. The one thing I did though for hatch battening was I looked online to see what you do on a pirate ship, and battening hatches is something that you do on a pirate ship, I think, or else I made that one up. I forget. I looked online. Is what I'm trying to say. I used the internet while writing that quest. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Uh, yes, that's the kind of commitment to quality that you can expect on this stream. Uh, oh yeah, shivering ye timbers is in fact a fake option, and that's actually how you tell. You if so sometimes Trusty Bard will mention a particular action. So yeah, I call them fake actions a lot, but what I kind of think of them as really is like actions like intrinsic actions with only intrinsic rewards, like versus extrinsic rewards. Basically, like they're actions because I just want to encourage players to, have fun, and like maybe follow a whim, like that if they're so inclined. But yeah, the game system doesn't actually necessarily reinforce it in any particular way. So it is, yeah, that's why I call it a fake option, because it doesn't actually interact with the game systems the way the other actions do. And yeah, and then the way you can tell that it's not going to interact with the game systems if it doesn't even show up on screen. A lot of people like to point those out as bugs, which I usually, when someone points out that those as bugs, I give that brief explanation. I haven't had to give that explanation in a while. I guess a lot of the people who've been checking it out either haven't been noticing it or the other thing is that there are a lot fewer fake options these days, because I changed a lot of the events such that I added in a bunch of new events, and for some reason I just haven't been adding in the fake options. You know what it was is that the reason that like that the frequency and the density of the fake options is decreasing is because it used to be that literally every event had them, and so I don't know. I guess just because like gradually over time, I'm I'm just not as, I don't know, for whatever reason, like when I'm writing the events now, like I don't think to put them in there. Maybe it's just, yeah, it's probably just like general changes in how I've like how I'm authoring quests now versus how I used to author them. Like for one thing, I'm more strapped for words now. Like it's more frequently the case that I'm running out of character length. I'm like my quests are getting a little too wordy, and so that's because my quests are already too wordy. I'm not gonna spend any of that space like putting in things that don't have like a direct material impact on the game. I haven't completely forgotten about them though. I do still occasionally put them in. All right, I'm not going to change the shape of this much more. Just going to smooth out a little bit of this, and then and that should be mostly good. So now the next thing to do is the height. The height. No, not height. Height. Which would be roughly this height. I think this is like roughly how big the railing will be. Actually, let's look at the adventures. Yeah, so if the railing is this height, then that gives us a bit of space, right? There's now like this open deck area. So this is the space that we can put cannons in, and we can put in you know, piratey stuff, general piratey stuff. We could put pirates. I mean, we could put crew if we wanted to. I don't know if I want to. I think I might make it so that like we are the crew of the boat, and there aren't additional crew. Especially because like I mean, I had to add people into the village, right? I couldn't make a village and not have people in it. I mean, I could have, but that would have looked really weird. So I did add people into the village because that seemed right. I didn't add it because I wanted to add people or like because I enjoyed adding people. It was actually like I was like the character art in the of the NPCs in the village was more like belabored than like basically pretty much all of the other things that I've done in terms of like making art for the environments or basically any part of the game. For some reason that was just really hard for me. I guess it was good though because it was something that I hadn't really ever thought about before because it was the first time that there were like anything in the way of NPCs in this game apart from Trusty Bard, I guess. But like, it's the first time that that character art took any form other than character art. Character art took any form other than player character art, because Trusty Bard uses player character art. Trusty Bard's a player character basically. He's our storyteller. Do. Alright, almost there. I should yeah, so there's like there's the like details I can put on this railing too to sell it as like a railing and not just like a completely flat thing. Like so yeah, in the places, so I'll probably want to put in like cannons and stuff like that, and like ropes and accessories and stuff like that. And then in the places where it's like barren or like bare, I'll want to put in things like where was the picture with the detail? Like yeah, there are these like boards that like run up the sides to like hold it together and stuff like that. So oh, chat, look at chat. Look at chat. No, wait, are you serious that you don't use the internet for reference anymore? That's impressive. I stopped using Wikipedia, which was really hard at first. Like it's one of those things where like I just suppress the instinct to go there because there's a lot of situations wherein it's really convenient, but it turns out it's entirely doable. Like I have successfully avoided it. I have successfully stopped using it. Uh, the internet though, going without the entire internet, that is hardcore. That is really hardcore. Uh, oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, so yeah, definitely. If you can avoid just doing general internet searches, that is helpful. Like if you know which corner of the internet you're actually going for. Um, so uh, yeah, gosh, when I lost power yesterday. So I lost power during the stream yesterday, and so like the stream like went down a little bit for a little while yesterday, and then I and then after the stream later that night, I lost power for real, and like the power just went out altogether, and I just had one of those like really like like I don't know how to describe it. It was just one of those moments where I was like this so I had this huge list of like things that I would be doing, like with my life, and all of a sudden it was like nope 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 nope, and I realized like literally everything I would have been doing with that time. No, I no longer could. I was gonna have dinner. I was gonna shower. I was going to uh, do everything online, and not just online, or not just on my computer, but literally online as well. So like I hadn't even like my mobile device wasn't even fully charged, so like I wasn't even like I couldn't even do much in the way of backup, and like I was destitute basically. um, all right, so we actually don't even see that much of the water, which is fine because I don't have grand plans for it. Um, uh, so I guess like the interior space I guess would be a good thing to do. How does this look just general as composition? Uh, oh, interesting. Because of how wide I made the deck, it looks. I'll definitely have to sell that because right now it looks high. It doesn't look wide. Like it looks like it's coming up to their head, not like it's coming up to their hip, but in the distance. So, huh. I was more effective than I expected, I guess. So yeah, I guess that'll have implications on the positioning of the door, like these doors that lead into the interior spaces. So like I don't know. I'm not gonna draw like the exact like finished polished version or whatever, but like basically we'll want it to come. Actually, we don't have to have it start so soon. We can have it come like further. We can have it start like further over here. Uh, and so the door itself will actually be fairly narrow, and then the other thing that we'll have though is we'll have like a distance of the boat. Uh, yeah, so there'll basically like be space between the and then I don't know. We can like put something. Yeah, how does this go? I think actually yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think they go at like a slight angle. I don't know if that's like a structural boat engineering thing or what, but yeah, I don't know. Let's go. I guess roughly. Actually, yeah, maybe it'll go like so. It'll go like up kind of at an angle, I guess, and then yeah, that'll be fine. So yeah, I guess roughly like that, and then so this will be like the top deck area. So I'm just gonna hide the adventure. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so there's a line that like there's a height of there's like a height of the adventures that we'll want to respect because if we make the door look too low, then like some adventures will like clip through the top of it. So we'll want to make the door pretty high up. Um, how high do we need it to be? I guess hold on, let's file open the doll file because it'll be like I don't tend to go taller than this file. This is the maximum height for the characters, basically. I don't think I've actually ever even used the maximum height of this characters, but of this here, but I do try and not exceed this. It's also supposed to be the. Hey, excuse me. This is also the maximum space in either direction, hypothetically, because the characters are spaced far enough apart on the screen that I always at least have this much space between the characters. Right, so copy this. I'm just gonna put in. Yeah, I'm just gonna put in a new layer as a reminder that. Whoa, nope. I did not mean to be stretching that. I meant to be translating it. So this, yeah. So the adventure should